What's going on, y'all? This is Mike Brown, and I just wanted to welcome y'all to this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. While I got your attention, please be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to it. Also, please leave a review on whatever streaming platform you listen on. Let people know what you think. I read them too, so I get to know what you think as well. Also, we got a Patreon if you want to subscribe to that, giving out some exclusive content, some unreleased episodes. Also, get some help from y'all in the decision making on this show. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all letting go. Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Man, I've been realizing I've been overthinking these episodes. Last two, at least. This is my second time trying to record this. And, in my head, I feel like I'm really focused on the business side of things. So a lot of times it feels like these episodes are really just about the business of this podcast and what I want to do and how I want to do it. But, it's also very much so my journey right now. I know I'm just jumping in. But before I jump in, because I'm recording this today on Tuesday, April 26th, so I want to wish my grandmother a happy birthday. She is no longer here with us, but, her words still ring loud in my head. Who she was as a person is still something and somebody I'm still very influenced by. I see so much of myself, or so much of her within myself. She's a very loving person, a loner, very independent, and I'm just so appreciative to have experienced her in this lifetime on my journey. But yeah, the second thing I wanted to do was shout out the Patreon subscribers. Shout out to Amber Crane, Rachel Jameson, Martin Haley. Thank you guys for supporting the show. For anybody out there listening, if you'd like to support the show, we are on Patreon. I'm giving out some exclusive episodes, like some unreleased stuff. Also, just letting you guys in on just the behind the scenes of all this stuff. Some of the stuff I'm working on, some of the people I'm working with. I just want to really build with my community. So, it's out there. Show is always going to be free, but if you want the extra stuff, the Patreon is there. But today, what I really wanted to let go of is the idea of, artist, and I may be speaking only for myself, but I've always, heard this thing of like the struggling artist or the starving artist. And I want to let that shit go today. I've always felt like with my art and with my creativity, I just wanted to be heard. I didn't care about anything else but just expressing myself and being heard. And I still care about that. And that's beautiful. But I shouldn't have to struggle to do it. Nobody tells doctors to do it just for the love and not for the money, So for all the artists out there, get your money. Go get it, because it's there. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So that's why I am, focusing more on my business and recognizing the parts of my business. Because, this very much so is and still is a passion project. But it's turning into a business. It's turning into a business still with passion behind it. And for me to really focus on the passion and the creative of it, I'm recognizing I can't do it all by myself. And I've accepted that. And I have been opening myself up to working with people and meeting dope people along the journey, along the way. Man, I had a really dope meeting with one of, the listeners of our show. Still blows my mind that he reached out. But shout out to Jeremiah Marquez. Man, it's just amazing when you put yourself out there, and a lot of times I feel like I'm just throwing that bat signal out there with expressing myself, and somebody saw it, and he expressed wanting to help me, and he has been so amazing just in the like week or two span of us just connecting with each other. And it's always been scary for me to trust people with my art. I know I've expressed that many times, trusting people with my ideas and my babies. But man, when people really believe in you and they see your vision, and I think that's something that I guess I'm leading all of this too, is like having a vision, man. Like having a vision and really being clear in that shit. Like I've always known what I wanted to do, but the more and more I've been doing this shit, the more and more I've been leaning into, what it is that I'm doing and what it is that I'm giving and selling. I want to keep growing. I want to keep growing. I feel like I grow a lot on a personal level, but I want to believe, and I do believe that I am growing, and I can grow more on a professional level. I am declaring today that I will not clock into another job after this job. Really love my job. As it's getting closer to me leaving, I know I am going to miss the experience, but man, I know what's on the other side for me. I do. And I'm trusting it so much. And, in trying to do the creative and the business and, the marketing and all that stuff, it's a heavy load, man, in addition to having a job. It's a heavy load. And I honestly don't know how I'm making this shit work, but I am. And I'm proud of myself for that. I have to acknowledge that. I put out a clip today, and I'll probably share it at the end of this podcast because, I asked my grandmother the last time I saw her before she passed away. I just asked her for some advice, like what would she give me for my journey, And one thing she told me was to find something to feel accomplished about. And everything I'm doing right now, I do feel like I'm accomplishing things. And, she may have meant something to be proud of, and I feel like with what I'm doing here, this is something I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of the work that I've put in with this podcast, how far I've taken it thus far and how much further it's going to go. Like I said, I really see a lot. And, I know I express it a lot here, and sometimes I feel like I get repetitive, but at the same time, I have to say these things for me to know, and hopefully give y'all some tools in your own journey to just keep saying what you want, keep going after what you want, because it's all there, and it's all in reach. It's all in reach. That's what I'm learning, I will say this year, and we going into May. This year has been probably one of the fastest years of my life, and it don't feel like it's slowing down, but I feel so in speed with it. And man, I've been feeling so uncomfortable, like every day I feel uncomfortable. And
it's James Woods, aka that yoga dude, would feel free to feel free. Slowing down. taking a breath, being with every moment of the day, not just rushing from one to the other, but slowing down and putting breath in between. Sometimes even putting pause as we inhale and exhale. Let's take 3 deep breaths and slow it down. 1, 2, 3. Just breathe in. Slowly relax, breathing out, feeling the body. Just reset. Inhale, breathing in. Take a deep inhale, breathe in. And as you slowly exhale, allowing the body and the mind to relax, release, and reset before moving on to our normal. Let's allow ourselves to feel free. And namaste. Peace.
And every day I'm looking for peace in that discomfort. And it's not a bad discomfort. It's more of an unknown, I don't know where my next check is coming from. I really don't. But I know it's coming. I know it ain't coming from my job. I know it's not coming from there. It's coming from, and you know what? If it does come from there, it may come to me in a different way, but it ain't gonna come from me being in a classroom. Like I said, I do want to teach the kids podcasting, and I see that happening in schools, but not in the classroom. I see that happening, in workshops and shit. But, I'm just out here, just following my dreams and living my purpose and all those good catchphrases. But they don't tell you that shit is scary. It's scary, but also I don't see it any other way. And, just kind of going back to what I was saying about letting go of that starving artist idea and, doing art simply for the love of art. Yes, it's always going to be that, because anything I do, I make sure I put the love into it. But also, I do want to be compensated for what I'm doing. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. I really don't. And anybody that tell you they do is a damn fool. And I felt like my grandmother saying that, because that's the only way, you could really survive out here. And why not survive doing what the fuck you want to do? Why not? I hope me leaving my job, no matter how hard this shit is, I hope it inspires other people to follow their passions and follow their dreams, and don't be afraid of that shit. Because it's scary. I know it. And I know I done said that multiple times on here. And that's because I really, really want y'all to know. Because so many people tell me, oh, you doing it, you this, you that. I am. But I'm also scared. And, I'm scared, but I'm going deeper into the fear. Like, I'm scared. And every time I jump down that hole, it gives me a rush. No homo. Oh shit. But yeah, man, I really appreciate y'all being on this journey with me, and I promise I'm gonna bring some guests on the show. I promise, we gonna get back to the regular format. But it's just right now, while I'm in this transition and it's uncomfortable, y'all gonna feel this discomfort on these episodes. It's definitely been some time where I've been at work and been like, man, you supposed to be doing your own thing, and I know that shit, but I'm holding out also for these kids, you know, I really see how it affects them when, you know, when they lose those adults in their lives, you know, meaning us, the teachers. I see how it affects them, you know, mid-school year or whatever. And I don't want to add to that. You know, I signed up to do the year and I'm going to finish it out. And something that I'm doing right now is just not taking it so serious. And that's not me saying that I'm not giving my all to it. But the stressful parts of the job, I'm just not personalizing them too much right now. I'm kind of just letting them be what they're going to be. We got 7 weeks left of school. I'm going to make these the breeziest 7 weeks for myself. I'm going to make these the most fun weeks for these kids. And when we part ways in our journeys, we're going to all keep going and keep growing. And, you know, hopefully this part of my journey inspires them just as much as me being in a classroom did. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Like I said, I appreciate y'all listening to me, you know, just going through my feelings and my thoughts and stuff, and, you know, being patient with me while I figure this out. And, you know, hopefully it's something in there for you, because I know I'm getting out what I need to get out for me. So I hope that is giving you the inspiration and shit that you need. I ask y'all every week, send me a question, send me some positivity. You know, I got a phone line, I got an email, I got a DM that y'all can slide in, man. Send me some positivity, send me a question. Just let me know y'all out here with me and on this journey with me. And I will definitely respond to you or play it on the episode. Got some really dope things coming out pretty soon. As a lot of y'all know, I did some work with Spotify. There's a documentary releasing on May 18th that I'm a part of that, you know, I'll share it once it comes out, but I would love for y'all to check that out. Really dope people that were a part of it. Really dope people, and I'm just so blessed to have been on that stage with them as well. But, you know, I'll give y'all more of that next week. Thank y'all for listening. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Peace. Because we going to get to your age at what point? Like, what would you tell us to help us along the way?
Okay. Well, work for whatever you want and try to accomplish something if you can. But when you accomplish it, you see it, you know. Try to save a little money. And what else? That's about it. That's about the accomplishment right there. But keep that up, and you'll make it along the way. What church you belong to?
Thank y'all for tuning into this week's episode of The Art of Letting Go. If you like what you heard, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Also, leave a review on whatever streaming service you listen on. If you would like to support the show, I do have a Patreon where I'm going to be giving out some exclusive content, also getting some feedback from y'all and some of the decision making of where this podcast goes. Because like I said, it's the art of letting go, but we also want to grow. Also, I got merch available. My book is out in a panorama. It's a really dope book. Getting some really good feedback on that as well. Also, get in touch with me. I would love to hear from y'all. Send me an email. I got a phone line. Hit me on the phone line, 213-394-2773. And yeah, man, just keep spreading love, keep spreading positivity. I love y'all. Peace. It's the art of letting go.